It was a lot. That game was crazy. Oh, I remember this. I remember he went for the crossover, and I just remember lining my shot up like, you gotta make it.
Put that one on the highlight reel.
Green on Paul, and he got it! 1 second left! Clippers by 2!
Yeah, this was Game 7 against the Spurs. It was crazy. I remember like the second quarter is when I first felt my hamstring. I hurt my hamstring, went back to the locker room. JP, Dennis, all these people that worked for the Clippers at the time was trying to like readjust my hips and all this stuff like that. And eventually we said, just tape it up and we'll see how it goes. And I remember coming out of that play of that timeout, and I just told Coach, I was like, let me have the ball, let me have it. And I remember when I made the shot, I was just so excited. I was so excited because that series had no business being a first-round series, and we was playing against the Spurs, and it was dope. It was nice to win that game. And I remember after that game, our whole team went in the locker room and watched the Floyd Mayweather fight.
1, 2, 3.
The fight is on in here. Hey, turn the fight on.
With Matt Barnes and Blake Griffin. Here it is. Chris Paul. Game over. Clippers win.
That play right there was against Memphis in the playoffs. That might have been my first or second year in LA with the Clippers. And that was a crazy game because Tony Allen was guarding me. And Tony Allen was always a tough defender. And I don't know, I just felt like I could get to my spot. It was crazy because the time had expired in that one, so that was game, and I think that put us up 2-0 against Memphis.
Then off the screen and roll, you go under, the crossover and the circus shot.
Oh
that is unbelievable.
I think play of the day is taken care of on SportsCenter tonight.
Man, this was in the playoffs against San Antonio, and I remember Doris Burke was calling that game. And I remember when it went in, she was talking and she was like, oh.
The rim and get close.
So Parker 23 and 9, and that goes in.
That was Michael Jordan-esque.
Well, he's an ideal zone breaker with that ability to snipe from the perimeter. Oh my.
Oh man, that is some athleticism. Chris Paul taking it right at Dwight Howard.
That was when I dunked on Dwight Howard. That was in Orlando. That was an and one. And anytime kids ask me if I can dunk, I always tell them to YouTube this.
Chris Paul wants screen and roll.
This is.
Can't let him come through that little seam.
This is in Denver when Andre Miller fell. We was off of in and out, and this is always like on all those little highlight mixtapes or whatever.
Paul with another steal. His fourth of the night. Oh, in between the legs. Are you kidding me? On the ball. Yeah, I think he's an all-star.
Yeah, it's funny because that fake spin that I see guys do and stuff now, I always tell them I started doing that way back when I played in New Orleans.
Finds Paul with 2, with 1. Paul for the win.
I remember this. This was on Martin Luther King Day. It was an early game. It was an early game against Indiana.
1-2 pick and roll. Harden and Paul. Oh, Chris Paul. Ooh, it's got to go in, Smitty. It's got to go in.
I remember he went for the crossover, and I just remember lining my shot up like, you got to make it.
It's got to go in, Smitty. It's got to go in, Smitty.
And here comes Paul.
This right here, when I threw the ball between Jason Terry's leg, this was the night of my shoe release. So I had all Jordan Brand, all my homies in town, and I remember after that game, I was having a party for my shoe release.
Chris Paul putting on a show.
And that was just the fastest way. Just like this play against Houston when I threw it between Isaiah's legs. A lot of people think that you like trying to make him look bad, but he had me cut off. So the only way I could get past him was to throw the ball through his legs.